Yes, I am dressed up warm today because Southern Californians don't adapt well to 55 in April. Maybe that works okay for the rest of you, but not here in this place. Anyway, let's take a look. We'll start out today with a couple of visuals, and then we'll go on to some other kinds of things from Elon. Let me remind you that this is a new project that I've got going here where we look at everything that Elon Musk has tweeted. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. It's posted on X in the last 24 hours. So, first of all, we've got this meme, how girls sleep, and then showing this girl having a very lovely evening sleeping, and then how boys sleep, and some kind of a comment there. They don't, because the boys are monitoring the situation in the Middle East. So some of you may think that's sexist. I think it's just true. So let's move on to this one. He said, I like this one. This is just so funny. My brain says, do it. Me. Why? My brain, just do it. Okay. And then we have the disassembly of a regular old ballpoint pen. I know none of us in this room have ever done that before to a ballpoint pen. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever been one who has taken apart a ballpoint pen piece by piece. Now, actually, I don't know if you did this or not. We had the Bic pen. I mean, I'm sure they're still around. I even bought a ballpoint pen. I can't remember when, but we had the Bic pens. We used to take the top off of those. We would then remove the ink cartridge from the inside, and then it became an amazing spit wad shooter. So you just put the spit wad into the cartridge where the ink used to go, turn it around, and man, it was really accurate. So let me know in the comments below if that's new to you or if that's something that you did as well. All right, let's see. Let's go on then to the rest of Elon's comments today. This is from Catherine Mayer. She goes by KR Maher, Maher on X. I mean, sure, looting is counterproductive, but it's hard. But it's hard to be mad about protests not prioritizing the private property of a system of oppression founded on treating people's ancestors as private property. So it goes on to say that CNN is talking about the tragedy of damage to iconic retail zones and shoe stores in LA. So basically, she's saying, I think it's you got to make sure that when you're reporting on the looting that's taking place in these various cities, you got to make sure that whether the looting is because of racial issues or from past ancestral problems. Anyway, Elon Musk says, defund NPR. This is one of the reporters from NPR saying this. Then we have this from Gail Alfar, Alfar, ATX. All cars will be full autonomous one day, whether they're robotaxi or private owned. And Elon Musk responds 100% to that. And then he makes a reference to an earlier post where Elon has talked about a time when elevators required a driver or an operator. So if it's taken for granted today that you get in an elevator and it just takes you to the floor you want to get to without an operator needed, he thinks that will be the future. And he says to this, almost all, maybe 1% manually driven for fun, meaning cars, they will be the equivalent of horses today, or some people will just go out and drive a car, probably have to be in a very specific location where it's still allowed to drive a car that is not automated. Then Elon Musk's, this is just a comment that he makes out of the blue, must have been on his mind. He says, the refreshing breeze of the Overton window opening. And then this, he responds to, this is from, pretty sure this was from Sawyer Merritt. I somehow forgot to put that down. He says, the Anaheim Police Department has purchased 6 Tesla Model Ys. Anaheim Police said they chose the Model Y for its rapid acceleration, ample storage capacity, affordability, and low maintenance requirements. These police Model Ys are outfitted by Unplugged Tesla via their regular program, to which Elon Musk said, cool. By the way, I've mentioned this before, but you'll notice so far, I thought by now there would be lots of Teslas being used in police chases, either as the chase or the chase E. But then I realized the game would be over before it started, whichever side you were on. Anyway, now we've got Holmore's blog saying that he really, truly, he uses an F word, love driving the Cybertruck. It's so good. And Elon Musk said, it is our best product. Then Still Gray reports, why does X exist on automatically, why does X insist? I'm sorry, let me do that again. Why does X insist on automatically trimming the length of videos when you upload them? This is by default. Please fix this. It's very annoying to have to stretch the length to the full video every time I upload anything. Elon says, good point. Now remember, people have said, why are you publishing every single thing that Elon says? Because that's what this particular idea is all about. If it turns out later that you guys hate it that much, I guess I'd have to pick and choose what I want to put up here rather than giving you every single thing that Elon says. But, some of these things, you might be surprised how important they are to other people, even if they're not important to you. Then Dalty Brewer, D-A-L-T-Y, Dalty Brewer, he says, interesting how most people who hate on FSD haven't even tried it, or they dismiss it entirely, saying it's a decade away or not that good, when in fact, it's almost here. It's amazing, and it's right in front of your eyes. FSD is rapidly improving with updates going out nearly every week. It's like saying that a movie sucked without having ever watched it, or a book sucked without reading it. He goes on and on. Your mind will be blown. Is it perfect? No. Is it really good? Yes. Note that FSD version 12 is a huge leap forward from previous versions. It's human-like. FSD 12 is like the training wheels for robotaxis. Soon the training wheels will come off, and then Elon responded to all of that. It is hard to believe until you try it. It's like saying you have a frog that can sing and dance, but it looks like a normal frog until it suddenly gets up and then he shows a cartoon of a frog dancing. He goes on to say, whoops, did that get away from me? Yeah, got away from me. I think maybe it'll pop up later. If it does, I'll show you. Anyway, Kettlebell Dan. Okay, I know what that's about. He's probably a bicycle racer where they use kettlebells to cheer along the riders. The expression full self-driving will cease to be used once it becomes ubiquitous. What will we call driving when we are no longer driving? And Elon reposted that one. Then he also adds a comment here. Getting in a car will be like getting in an elevator. You won't even think about it. And it mentions again, there was a time when elevators were operated manually by a guy with a power switch. Now that is very rare. Actually, it's way more than a power switch. They used to have this entire device where you made changes and allowed it to go up just a little bit or down just a little bit because it wouldn't always get exactly on the floor. It's all kinds of things that operator had to do back in the day. I'm old enough to know some of those kinds of things. So then this was a comment that Elon made about fish self-driving. He calls it the other FSD, fish self-driving, and the meme goes like this. Finally, and perhaps counterintuitively, we've examined and settled on a goldfish driving car as the best path forward. While this may seem a little unusual given their aquatic nature, they possess a zen-like calm and display no interest in driving off cliffs or pursuing squirrels. My little chum Eric the goldfish has an uncanny sense for what direction to swim or drive, said CEO Elon Musk. I would trust him anywhere. And Elon says, I actually did have a fish driving car with my pet fish, Eric. No idea what he means by that. Okay, let me know. Should we keep doing this? I mean, it's fun for me. It takes me longer than I thought it would take to put it together each day, but it is fun for me to do it. I don't know if it's fun for you. Let me know in the comments below. Love to hear what you have to say. Please hit like and subscribe and notify. And in just a little while, of course, we will have the Sunday night show, which is called Monday Morning, because what we're talking about is what's going to happen on Monday morning and all next week with regard to the financial aspects. We do go over any Tesla news over the last 24 hours on that show. We do talk about the economy. We talk about the stock market. We talk about the financial reporting that's going to happen all next week, and then any kind of news that we think impacts the Tesla stock in the future week. That is all I got for you right now. And as always, it has been great talking to you.